Hey gamers, it's Wintermute here from Grind This Game, back with Oxygen Not Included, the Dude Fix My Base series. I really gotta work on my surfer speak. So this base is actually really good. It was sent to me by Eskpro, and I took a look at it, and I really like it. There's some things I would tweak, and I'll go over those, but let's just look at some of the things here. We got room bonuses. Got barracks here for 8 dupes each, and we got 16 dupes total. So this is good. It looks like he was either going to move the bedrooms over here, or he was going to take on 16 more dupes. I'm not quite sure which one. Hopefully not 16 more dupes, because I don't think he's quite ready for that. But we got our bathroom bonus over here. We've got a tiny hatch room, so this is one of the things I wanted to address. We have a tiny mess hall, so not every dupe is able to use the mess hall, because everyone's on one schedule, and the way that mess tables get assigned is 1 for 1. So these are assigned to 5 dupes, and the rest of them are just kind of SOL. They don't get the mess hall bonus. So what I would do is put a great hall in. There's a nice big space for it here. That's going to get them an extra bit of morale, because if we look at vitals here, we can see morale is below expectations for almost every single dupe. 6 out of 8, 6 out of 8. Now, he might have had a great hall in the past and then tore it down and forgot to put it back, or was in the middle of a transition. I'm not quite sure. We do have massage tables here, and that's how he's dealing with the stress. I can see he's got them set. They get on at 6, and then they get off at 0. So 2 dupes are always going to be on here, which is kind of a waste of electricity, a waste of time. He's got a nice mushroom farm here. It's going well. Also over here. He's got some medical cots down here, which is probably not the best place because they're not going to be able to breathe here. He's got some fridges down here, so he's got lots of food storage. He's got a good food reserve of 600,000, mostly mushrooms. What else do we got here? We got natural gas production. Looks good. It's nice and neat and tidy. He's got some natural gas stored up in these tanks. He's also got even more natural gas stored here, I guess for a rainy day, just in case. Now, there's only one natural gas generator, or geyser, up here. Now, I would have used a liquid lock here when I opened this up, because some natural gas got out. But it's pretty minor, and I see he's locked them out, so it shouldn't be a problem going forward. He's got some cooling in there, which is probably good, because the natural gas comes out at 150 degrees. And it's kind of good that it's not insulated, so that heat will just radiate out. He's using a lot of coal power, kind of remote coal power. He's got the automation hooked up correctly to a smart battery, which is nice to see. We've got 2 nullifiers here not being used, but nice that they're close together. I see there's sleet weed everywhere, and he doesn't have them set to auto harvest, which I would probably do because this is just free food. I'm like a skipping record with the free food. I'd probably do this from every Dude Fix My Base video, but it's free, right? We should use it. Probably do a little bit of mopping here. Get in there, get that brain in a jar upgrade. So, oxygen production looks really good. This is kind of almost mirror for mirror what I kind of do. I find a nullifier. I usually set up 2 electrolyzers. The good ratio, 1 electrolyzer to 2 pumps. There are 4 filters here, and he could be getting away with just 2. Because the filter is good enough to take up the gas from 2 pumps. But they're not all running at the same time, so it's not like a huge amount of power is being wasted here. It's good that he's got hydrogen in this room, so that's using the nullifier to its highest efficiency. Got some extra batteries. There's a lot of batteries throughout the base that I've seen. These batteries are not efficient. If you kind of look at the details of the smart battery versus the regular battery, let's just do that quickly here. So we got a regular battery gives off, the power runoff is 2 kilojoules per cycle, and the heat is 1.25 kDTUs. If we compare that to the smart battery, it can only store 20 kilojoules, but its power runoff is 400 joules versus 2000. So it's not losing as much power per cycle. It's not giving us off as much heat, but you have to build 2 for every one of these. So whenever you I would basically never use these. And he might have used them because they require the cheaper metal, the raw metal versus refined. These can use raw, these have to use refined, and he doesn't have a lot of refined metal, so that might have been the reason. I often see large, giant battery banks, and they're just big, giant heat producers, really. Like here, we've got this giant battery bank. It's good for buffering brownouts and stuff, but generally what I see is like there's too many. And like I said, I would use smart batteries in place. You have to build twice as many, but... Oh, we got a lot of cold generators here, and they only kick on... Let's just check. Is there any automation here? Yeah. They only kick on when the batteries are at 5%. And then the natural gas seems to be the primary source of power. Let's just check the automation for that. That's connected to the single smart battery here. So these kick on when the battery's down to 60%, which is good. It looks like he was getting ready to do oil. He's got some oil refineries in here, but they're not hooked up to anything. He doesn't have the input. He does have the output, so he's kind of getting ready for petroleum storage, which is all going to go in here, I guess. I often see people build multiple of these, and unless you have a ridiculous number of idle dupes, you probably won't get all three of them ever working. I find that even one is good enough to, you know, keep the oil refining. Yeah. Like if you actually get three going, you'll probably find that there's rarely a dupe actually there working on it. So unless you have split shifts where you have offset time and everyone's working, one's probably enough. That's just my opinion, but this doesn't have a liquid lock. This just has a regular manual airlock. So natural gas does sink. I got starvation, but probably not real starvation. Let's see. Sometimes the game just does this, and then it clears itself. Let's just check the food menu here. He's got everything enabled. Okay. One optimization you can do is say don't allow eating regular mushrooms. Only allow the cooked version. And same with don't eat any meal lice directly. Only eat the lice loaf. That kind of stuff. That way they're only eating the good food. Because when you actually cook mushrooms up, let's just check them here. Fried mushroom, you get an extra 400 calories when you cook them. So better to eat the cooked version than the raw version. Oh yeah, everyone's eating on the ground because we don't have a great hall. So I won't get into the solutions yet. I'll just continue to show you the base here. So we've got some water sources. We got a geyser here. It's doing 6.7 kilograms per second at 110 degrees. That's pretty good. It seems to be, it's idle right now. It comes back on in 46 cycles. So there's no water right now, but then he's pumping it up here. And it seems like he's dumping it on these wheezeworts. It's kind of dribbling into here. And it looks like he's actually not really using it out of here yet. There's no piping. Got a crazy amount of wheezeworts. This geyser here, it just kind of, when it's active, another 24 cycles, it just kind of dribbles down here, cools, and goes in here. So I have a feeling he used to have water here, but I'm not quite sure. And then we've got water over here being cooled by the aquatuner. It's coming in from a sieve, going in, coming down, going in at 40 degrees, coming back out at 25. And then he's got some automation here to say if the temperature is below 27. Let's just see here. Allow it to pass through. Otherwise, it goes into this little tiny tank here, which gets pumped out, remerged, and recooled. He's also got some automation on the aquatuner, so he's saying run unless it's over 97. I think he was worried that it would get really hot in here, and this will heat up over time. What else do we got here? This polluted water that's kind of feeding the whole water system is about to run out. If you go down here, that's it. So we got an emergency in the making here, which has to be dealt with at some point. Because once that polluted water is gone, this water is gone. And we do have a storage tank here, so there's some reserve water here. So it won't be a full-blown emergency. And that's what's feeding the oxygen supply way over here. I also saw a potential looming problem here. If the hydrogen ever backs up here, because these are set to automation here, onto the smart battery that says only run if, you know, the charge goes below 50%. It could potentially stop working, but I don't think it will because the power is being used up fast enough. But if it does back up, then the oxygen production will stop, which isn't the end of the world. He also has a shut-off switch here. It's connected to the power that says if this battery goes below 10%, shut the whole thing down. And I think that might be to conserve power, because he's got tons of oxygen. In fact, the base is not really sealed. It has holes. There's a hole right here. I don't know if that was always there, but because this hole is here, it's open. It's actually open up. If you kind of follow through, it's open up to the whole, almost the whole world. So he's kind of venting oxygen out, which is maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. Any CO2 that's building up at the base is coming down here and kind of getting stuck. I have a feeling the CO2 level might start to rise here. Some of it will get through here to the right and fall down. And he does have these carbon skimmers here that deal with CO2 from the power. So all the CO2 from the natural gas goes in here and gets dealt with. One would be sufficient. One carbon skimmer. He's got 4. I don't know why he has 4. Maybe he had grand plans for tons of CO2. Maybe it's for symmetry. I don't really know. But 4 is kind of overkill. There is going to be a coal issue at some point. So coal, 35 tons left. He's got coal here. He's got kind of remote coal power all over the place. Let's zoom out here. We've got coal up here. We've got coal up here. So yeah, there's satellite coal. There's a whole bunch of coal down here that's about to power all of this stuff. And again, he's got... Right now, this is connected with nothing really. Except for these are in use. He's crushing eggshells. And this because the base is actually really quite good, what I'll be mainly pointing out is just efficiencies, adding more efficiencies. So I would actually get rid of these. Now I'm going to start actually doing stuff. I would get rid of both of these. And I would move them because they have to come all the way down here just to crush eggshells. Which seems kind of crazy. So I'm going to actually move that rock crusher. Even though it produces a little bit of heat, I would actually stick it right here. It's nice and cool here. His oxygen is really nice and cool, so I would probably stick a rock granulator right beside this wheezewort. And I might siphon off from this power because this is not fully saturated. So I'd probably do a power line right along here. We're kind of low on metal, but that's okay. I would do something like that. Then I crush my eggshells here. There's also a fossil that they need to crush, and maybe he put it down there because the fossil is already down here, but easier to deliver some fossil up to the base than to come down here, you know, every cycle and crush some stuff. Excessive use of batteries here, I would probably take out all but maybe one. A little bit overkill. Between the smart battery and one extra battery, this is probably going to be fine. He's got 2 metal refineries. He's probably never going to have 2 running like full out, so I would just reduce to 1. He's got no coolant system yet for these, but he's probably thinking of using crude oil. That would be my guess. So he'll put a pump down here. Use crude oil as the coolant, and then send that crude oil probably up to here where he was going to do his oil refinery. So we got that being built. I'm gonna get the Great Hall going because the Great Hall is gonna fix the morale situation, and then we can actually get them off these massage tables. They'll never have to go on there again. So let's do a Great Hall. They could be really big, so let's do. I kind of have a set way of doing these. Use granite. So every 2. That's not quite gonna fit. How long is this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I can see from here. 64 tiles. So this is actually too big. This room's too big. So that's why this is not quite working. We're gonna start from the right. So furniture. These are the granite. This is my patent pending. No, lots of people do it this way. And then we're gonna do mess tables. I'm doing that on wolframite. We got lots of wolframite, that's fine. And then a water cooler. And then the door. Now these doors are not going to line up with this other stuff. But the room size will be correct. Go full speed here. Now, there's a lot of common places that they're moving around where we could have fire poles. And this mess hall could actually be 2 floors high, I think. Let's just see. It can be, or sorry, the Great Hall, it can be 120. So we could have, I'll just do 2 separate ones, it's easier. And then we'll put paintings in there as well, just for extra decor. Out of granite. I think I did that right. We'll see in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 16 wide. That's correct. And we got 16 dupes, so we're just going to duplicate that below. Get rid of these deodorizers. Like I said, I really like the space. So there's nothing terribly wrong with it. We got priority 9 on the deodorizers. That's a little excessive. Because they're wasting so much time moving around as well, it'll be more efficient in the end. We can open these doors. This is going to make them faster. I see he did that on the other side. They're actually not going in these bedrooms yet, so that's actually not going to help much. But do we have our room bonus? Now we got a mess hall. We don't have fine art yet. Let's make sure we have an artist. We actually have no... Let's see if we actually have... Is anyone an artist? Maybe he has it set up in the priorities here. Whoa, everything is... Everything is high priority. Wow. That's interesting. I'm going to reset that. And then I'm going to just do... I'm going to turn everyone off from research, except for the researcher, whoever's strongest. This dupe is the strongest. And then... art. I'm going to turn everyone off from art except our best artist, who is Frankie. Make that high priority. And let's see what Frankie's doing. He might already be an artist. Let's go see Frankie here. Frankie. What is your bio like? You are an art student. Might want to get you upgraded. I also see this problem a lot. You just saw them disinfecting here. Whenever a slime tile is adjacent to a regular tile, the germs soak into the tiles like this. And then if you've got disinfect turned on, they're going to periodically come out here and clean this and waste a lot of time. So you got two options. You can turn disinfect off, which is one option. You can disable disinfect on the actual tile. Like let's say you just have one tile that you were worried about. Or you can dig it out, which is probably what I would do. So I might actually put in temporary scaffolding here. And then dig this out so it's not flush with those tiles anymore. And that'll save them from having to disinfect that all the time. Same thing's gonna happen along this whole edge up here. Yeah, look at this. So this is at 200,000 germs. Someone is gonna come along here. Oh, I just see our cook is actually extremely dirty. Food poisoning. 6,000 germs. How did that happen, I wonder? Bathrooms have sinks. Oh, there's no sink in front of the compost. Okay. That's kind of an issue. Might want to build a compost room. No one's built this yet. Wow, the dupes are just like... Oh, it's priority 5. That's why. Might want to set up a compost room that's larger. Let's see here. I kind of want to take these bedrooms out because... set these to 1 because we don't need these right away. I wouldn't recommend taking on any more dupes at this point. I'd actually turn this off. 16 is pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Oh, one thing I noticed about the fridges is that this might change in the next update, but I'm going to take out one of these fridges, replace it with a storage container, because you can stick sleet wheat grains in a storage container and you'll get 20 times the amount of sleet wheat grain in there. And I think he does have some sleet wheat grains, 376, yeah. So if we set seeds, sleet wheat grain, what priority does he have his fridges? 9. Hey, yikes. I only use 9 for emergencies. Let's use 8. Because if your dupe ever gets stuck... Actually, there's priority 9 all over the place. These are 8. I do leave medical to COD says 9, but... If a dupe ever gets stuck and you need to dig them out, and everything else around the world is priority 9, they're not going to get saved. They're going to die. So now that this is set for sleet wheat, I would say cooking ingredient sleet wheat disabled. Copy the settings along here. And then all these sleet wheat will get stuck in here and we'll free up a ton of fridge space. Not that there's no lack of fridge space here, but look at them go. There's no oxygen down here, which is fine, I guess, because it's for food storage. I have a feeling there's priority 9 stuff everywhere else. I'm a little bit worried now. Oh yeah, priority 9 just everywhere. Everything is priority 9. Holy moly. Just everything. Everything. Wonder what's going in these containers. Slime. Oh, yikes. I mean, air pressure is high in here, so that's not going to be a problem, but I would generally store slime underwater. Could probably stick it in here safely. Instead of... Oh, they got exosuits out here. It's not too bad. And they're not gassing off because of the pressure. So that's fine until the pressure drops in here. I actually want to make these priority 8 because storing... Actually, it's not going to help a lot. This is interesting here. We've got the water from these trickling along to the right, then left, right, left in a kind of a waterfall. And then ends up down here, and then he does nothing with it. So over time, this is going to fill up. This thing is going to go underwater. It's going to stop working. So let's see if we got our Great Hall. Yay, we do. Great haul. Now we're getting more morale, so let's check vitals. Got mess hall still there. Oh, now we got people. Great haul, +6. So we're getting an extra 3 morale just from putting a water cooler in a building. And we're going to actually disable that because when it's disabled, it still works and it doesn't waste water. Now, because we have 16 dupes and you only get 1 per table, I'm going to make another one. Not priority 9 though. Just duplicate what I have really quickly here. Granite. Canvases. Oh, I gotta set the priority back to something reasonable after this. 8's fine. We want it done right away because it's important. Free morale. Okay, furniture. Like I said, he might have already had a great haul in the past. But just to be sure. And then we can take out this crappy mess hall. And we can, once we get the morale high enough, we probably won't. They will probably never have to go on these tables anymore. I would actually set it higher than 6 because. Oh, we got dirt everywhere. Look at this. It's covered in slime. Oh, we got slime lung just pouring into the base here. That's probably not the best thing. Where's that all coming from? There's stinky air here, stinky air here. Where did all this come from, though? Let's just see. Where's the source? It's unclear. It is dying on the oxygen. But, yeah, not quite sure where it's all getting in. It could be from the slime that comes in here occasionally. Look at these containers. Jeez. There's no hand washing station when they come back in, but that's probably okay. But we gotta fix this area. We gotta have a sink here. Let's open this door up. Seems like these natural gas generators are running pretty non-stop, or pretty close to non-stop. Okay, let me look at my list here. Like I said, we're gonna have to get this water out of here at some point. Chlorine stuck in here. One thing I did mention was up at the top here. We've got, he's got a hydrogen vent and he's been storing away the hydrogen every time this thing clicks on. This is gonna become a problem pretty soon. This might start to break through. So, probably have to deal with that at some point. We could use this for power. I'm not sure why he was saving it all up. Maybe for liquid hydrogen when he gets ready for rockets, but not quite sure. We do have polluted oxygen up here. Could probably use one little. I don't like having polluted oxygen anywhere, personally. I don't like having miscellaneous gases everywhere like natural gas, because if it ever hits the plants, they stop growing. We got food rotting here, which I hate to see because it's free. Let's do a little road here and open this up. That's gonna fall down. Now, it's fun sometimes just to zoom out and watch them, and it'll allow you to see a ton of inefficiencies. Like I said earlier, there's no fire poles in a lot of these places. Like going down here, down to this area. They're not going down there anymore because we took the rock crusher out, but whenever they go down here, they're going to be spending a lot of time. And we got the metal, so we can make a fire pole. I'll do a low priority fire pole, kind of all the way down. Gonna have to clear up some space because we got deodorizers everywhere, but we're gonna start it along here. There we go, another cleaning of a tile because there's slime here. So we'll get rid of that. That way they won't be cleaning that tile. Or you could just disable disinfect. This one tile being dirty is not going to hurt anything. But. So I got to get rid of all these deodorizers on the right. Let's take those out. And we got disgusting air down here. Oh, and our fish are dying. No, the poor fish. Poor fish. Do we have any water we could give them? Yeah, this is going to be a problem because this is going in there. That's being cooled. That's what's feeding this pool. Actually, that's okay. There's lots of fish on the map. I guess it'll be free food once they expire. Better to save them, but could stick them down in here. Might be too late for them though. Could try to move them. I don't know if a fish trap's probably not going to work now. They're too exposed. Anyway, yeah, fire poles, efficiencies all around. Get rid of this. And any kind of places they're often walking, better to build a place for them to walk. Because that's going to speed them up. They're going to walk faster. We get a speed bonus, run speed bonus of 25. If you use metal tile, you get run speed bonus of 50. Or plastic tile, I think you get 50 as well. We should probably set up his lime again, so we'll do eggshells to lime continues, priority 6. We got 2 great halls now. So everyone will get that plus 6. Let's just check morale now. 10 over 12. Still use more. Could get that from a pitch peppermint farm, plus natural growing sleet wheat to get pepper bread. Seems like we have stuff for pepper bread, so that's good. I think I only have 1 cook, so maybe I'll... Let's see here. Oh no, anyone can cook. I'm going to restrict everyone from cooking. Except the people who are great at it. This stoop's pretty good. I don't know if he has the cooking skill, but... Okay, research was pretty much done except for the space stuff. So he'll need an observatory at the top at some point. But we need steel for bunker doors and stuff. I really want to fix this because they're getting dirty here. Even though there's not much dirt on here. Germs on here. No surface germs. Okay. Maybe it's not that bad. I do want to get a regular hatch farm going though. This is too sad. It's too small. I could move these massage tables up here. These aren't getting a... Oh, they are getting a room bonus. Okay. Never mind. Still making paintings in here. I would probably use these for hatch farms maybe. I think what I'll do though is move the massage tables up. So we'll get rid of these. Get rid of these doors. And put massage tables up here. We'll stick with that room bonus. Where are you, massage table? Are you medical now? I think you are. Yeah. Granite. Priority 8, right in here. Take those out. This won't be a huge hatch room, but it'll be bigger. It's better to build vertical hatch rooms than kind of horizontal long ones because it's easier to get the hatches to you. Take these out. So I'll put the grooming station. What do we got here? Grooming station here. Copper, fine. And then critter drop off. And then 2 feeders. I like to do 2 feeders because I like to turn regular hatches into rock hatches, or stone hatches first, and then feed them igneous rock because there's so much igneous rock on the map. Up here we have 690 tons of it, and there's so much more on the map. This needs power, so let's hook that up. Gold's fine. There's tons of gold in the map. Kerplunk. And I like to clean up after myself, so we'll do a low priority deconstruct of that stuff. Oh, they're doing some disinfect here. That's okay. I actually usually turn disinfecting off. Let's check our cook. Is our cook all dirty? No, that's good. Oh, they're coming in here with slime, not washing their hands. Oh, okay. This is... Oh, they're totally open to the world here. I just realized. Wow. No exosuits on this side. Never even really noticed that before. Okay, we need a hand washing station here. Stick it right there. I'll use the basic one. Wash basin. Should use a regular sink, but that way at least they won't be tracking germs in, because they're bringing slime and all this crap in, and they're all filthy. They go along this area right here a lot, so I'm going to do a fire pole there as well. But to do that, I need to get rid of deodorizers, floors, etc. It's amazing the efficiencies you'll get when they start using fire poles. I gotta finish this fire pole as well. Let's do that at 8. Let's just take it right to the bottom. Oh, and he has this here. It's really slow for dupes to walk across ladders like this. So I'll do a proper floor instead. This is probably safe to do here. And then we'll get rid of that. Poor fish. And I'd start cleaning this air, because dirty air is... I don't like it. It looks gross. Don't worry about running out of sand, because regolith can be used instead, and it's basically infinite. You can also deconstruct all this crap and get metal from it, so I'm going to actually do that. If we turn on the automation, all these buildings, let's just do a low priority goodbye. That's just free metal. Same thing with these tiles, they can go. Don't really need them. And I would eventually put a plastic ladder in here, and then eventually a plastic tube so they can shoot themselves all the way to the top. We've got multiple pathways to set destinations, like this ladder and this ladder. We could get rid of one and just leave the other. It reduces the pathfinding. Oh, I see some bleach stone. Oh, so there's no place for bleach stone. Let's make a container for that. Put that underwater right here. That way it won't be venting chlorine into the air. Gotta get them caught up here though. Yay, they're sliding down. They'll get faster over time as well. I haven't looked at jobs in a while. I should probably promote some dupes. Actually, only Harold is ready. And Max, let's stick Max over here. And Harold, we'll get you on Gopher if you haven't been one yet. He has. What about here? Actually, let's just drop him off here and find what he hasn't done. Architect, sure. Got a squeaky puff. Any puffs that are just floating around in the wilderness that's reachable, like let's find some. I saw some earlier. Like these ones here. Let's say there was polluted oxygen in here, which there isn't. Oh, they're cleaning this out. Oh, we actually have to clear all this out. Otherwise they're going to be disinfecting this whole time. They'll poop a little bit of slime out. The dupes will go pick up a couple grams of slime, and they'll just repeat that process over and over and over. So you want to kind of either contain your puffs and lock your dupes away from them. These guys can't poop anymore because they've got pure oxygen, but this one, for instance, it might poop out a few grams of slime. The dupe will come along, try to get that slime, and basically waste a lot of time running around getting tiny amounts. Tiny, tiny, minuscule amounts. So you gotta be careful about that. Need a bit more ladder here. It's just efficiencies at this point. These are all priority 9. It hurts me. It hurts me to see. One thing I noticed over here, we got a good steam geyser somewhere. Oh, we're leaking. We're leaking, and that's gonna burst at some point. Everything's melting. Let's put some stoppers here. Here. What was I gonna say? We got a geyser right here. It's a cool steam vent. It does 4 kilograms per cycle, or per second, which is really quite nice. So we might want to open that up, start using that water. I think we're okay for water, but I could set up as oil refining at this point, or we could at least think about doing it. Yeah, might as well. So you can see how it's built. Do a pump here. It needs power. Make sure the pump's out of gold because it's hot. We could use heavy wet wire. I think he's, yeah, copper would melt. Let's use gold amalgam. Hook that to that power grid. Pipe doesn't really need to be insulated. Let's use igneous rock. Take that up this way. That goes into the metal refinery. And then I might actually send it into a few liquid reservoirs just for buffering. Liquid reservoir. Gold, copper. Let's use gold. One's probably enough actually, but I'll do 2. And at this point, the oil is going to be really hot, so we're going to use insulated. Igneous rock's really good. Ceramic's better, but we don't have any ceramic, so that'll come out of here. Go in here, out, in, and then out and up. We're going up to the oil refineries. That way we can start getting steel. Those poor fish. I wonder how long they're going to last here. Oh, we got bleach stone. Okay, I built that bleach stone container, but I didn't fill it yet. That is here. Consumable ore, bleach stone, priority 8. So we'll get around to picking all that up. The fridges are a long way from their eating area. Okay, let's finish off this area. So this I would do, Where's our hatches here? Hatch. Sedimentary rock. And if they eat sedimentary rock, they're gonna more likely turn into stone hatches. Oh, we don't even have a rancher. What am I thinking here? We need a rancher. Bubbles is almost done farm. We'll put Frankie on once Frankie's done. And then after that, we'll feed them igneous rock once they become stone hatches. Because like I said, there's almost infinite igneous rock. It takes thousands of cycles to use up. Unless you have a giant hatch farm. So these guys were not actually being groomed, I guess. I'm going to take out one of these compost and put in a wash station instead. I should put a sink, but I'm just gonna put a wash basin instead. Should build a sink. I just don't want to build all the plumbing right now. Compost is priority 9. Yikes. Oh, they don't like their food. Look at them. Let's check vitals. Okay, morale's good now. Pretty much across the board. Oh, actually, these aren't high enough. They're still using mess hall. What? What's going on with that? Oh, this doesn't have the water cooler. Oops. I made an error. It happens. I'm sure you all saw it. I did not. They're cleaning this vent here all the time, so we'll disable disinfect. It's just wasted time. Got a lot of mushrooms. Oh, there's a hatch down here. Critter drop off. We want hatches. Kind of want to promote. Oh, Frankie's almost done. We'll use a bit of super speed just to get things rolling. Okay, disable this water cooler. Okay. Gotta close the door on this hatch room because they'll get out otherwise. Keep hearing cool little noises. Oh, there's dirty stuff in here. I think I saw bleach stone in these. The other thing here is we got our main storage room in the main core of the base, which is questionable. Obsidian, 180,000 slime lung. Well then. We might want to store that down in this chlorine or something. It'll kill the germs. That's a lot of germs. Oh yeah, we've got a lot of nasty stuff in here. You can use an ore scrubber at the beginning of your base to kill those germs as they bring things in. Or you can just store your stuff in a chlorine room, which is probably easier. But I'm not going to worry about it too much. Disease is not a problem. Immunity has been 100 for this whole episode. Readjust these massage tables so that stress never goes above 30. So once we boost the hatch population and start grooming them, we'll get more and more coal. So we won't... Okay, where's coal now? 34 tons. There's also coal on the map as well, but eventually we would run out. Tiny battery overheated. That's okay. Should get in and get all this free food. Also clean up the air. How much food do we have here? Only 18. It's free. Let's eat it. Set this to harvest as well. You could make it priority 6. That way they'd actually go and get it. But this food will rot if we don't fix this air. This area's starting to melt because all the wheeze-worts have been removed. Let's just see if we have any wart seeds. Oops. Nope, they're all being used. Same thing here, it's slow to run across ladders like this. So we can actually take these out now that they're done with that. Still wasting power here. Not much though, because there's only a couple of batteries. Okay, that's kind of half hooked up. Let's bring that up to the refining room. I would probably move the refining room, but there's one already built, so let's just use it. It's a long pipe. This is really hot oil too, so... And where are we going with this? We're going all the way up here. Yeah, I would probably not build it. I would probably build it down near the bottom, but the nice thing about putting it up here is that they won't have to run as far. So that'll go this way. Hide it in the wall. Like so. Then we need bridges for all these places. Okay, that should be good. We can actually make some steel now. Let's try that. That hot oil is gonna be stored there, taken up here. And then eventually turn into petroleum, which he's gonna store in here. I would probably disable 2 of these. And eventually just, maybe just get rid of them. Depends on how fast he wants the petroleum made. So we got petroleum going in here for that one. So he's kind of got 6 storage containers per oil refinery. There's probably excessive wheeze-worts here. Oh, that's the other thing I want to mention. If you put these in hydrogen gas, they're going to be way more efficient at cooling. Right now he's got them in CO2. It has a specific heat capacity of 0.8. But if we look at the specific heat capacity of hydrogen, it is 2.4. So you can cool way more effectively when you have wheeze-worts in hydrogen. So I would probably suck all this carbon dioxide out of here, seal a room, and fill it with hydrogen. And then make metal tiles here so the cooling can kind of spread around. We got a lot of hot water here too, so the other thing we could do is make a bunch of temp shift plates made out of ice. Just to cool that water a little bit. We can do some low priority ones. That'll dribble in there. Probably should have put this floor straight through instead. But that's okay. We got a vent here. Iron volcano. Huh? I would leave that buried for now. Unless you actually need it. Okay, these are starting to clean the air. That's good. We won't have food just rotting away. I'm going to take a few of these weezeworts and put them in that area. I'm not even sure they work too well when they're side by side like this. I've heard stories that they're not so good. Because they need to cycle air through them, so I think they actually need airflow underneath them to work the best. So I will put copper... That's probably okay. Put those underneath. And then those two weezeworts we'll put down in here just to keep this area cool. Those are okay, but it's starting to melt down here. Maybe we've got a break in the... Oh, we got abyssalite here that's a little bit warm. It's going to slowly leak its heat out. That's probably why everything is melting. Yeah, like this 80-degree abyssalite. I think it might be leaking its heat. To try to circumvent that, we'll put one weezewood in here. Right here. Maybe one over here. Those seem to be okay down there. One there too. Just to keep that cold biome cold. Could try to save these fish actually by doing this. Cut this pump off because we're not going to use that anymore. 39. And do some temp shift plate out of polluted ice. That should melt, cool them down, keep them alive. Okay, didn't quite finish that fire pole. Could probably use a fire pole along here as well. Coal is kind of in the way. Get rid of one of these batteries. It's just too many batteries everywhere. Fire pole here. It's going to make them faster. It's all about efficiency, right? Use copper. They come along here so often that let's make their journey faster. This battery's kind of useless here. Not really necessary. It's just making heat. Get rid of that. We got excess oxygen in here. That's kind of funny. It's good for emergencies. Okay, wait, our Frankie is ready to become a rancher. I want to get that done this episode, so now we can start. Oh, we got 4 jobs boards as well. One's enough. They're not hurting anything, but I don't know why he has 4. Pepper bread, mushrooms. Oh, mushrooms are at 9. Let's do pepper bread at, there we go. Pepper bread at 8 or something. It's nicer food. This can be set to right only. Let's wrangle. Let's stop this critter drop off here. Or we could auto wrangle them out, but I'm just gonna get rid of this room completely. And wrangle. Oh, I think that didn't quite work. Wrangle, priority 9. Those 2. I think I saw there's a little hatch up here too. Get those guys. There's one down here. And they should all end up in here. Stone hatches as well, stone hatchlings. Hatch and hatchlings. There we go. Pending wrangle. Let's just make sure everyone's kind of working on useful things. Oh, the fire pole, sure. Oops. There's the world seed if you need it, by the way. Okay, did we get the oil flowing? I guess they made one thing of steam. Should be oil. The oil probably made its way all the way up there, so let's just see if it's sitting in... If we got any petroleum. Oil, oil, oil. Yeah, where did it end up? There's petroleum somewhere. Oh yeah, here, in this tank. 53 degrees. Perfect. Let's do some more steel. Probably put steel in continuous. It's probably safe. And that shouldn't bottleneck because the oil will end up in the storage tanks and eventually get turned into petroleum. This will get really hot here. Like really hot. Might want some wheezeworts. Maybe. It's already mega hot here. Cancel that for now. Let's uproot a few more of these. It's all priority 9. So we got steel being made, that's good. That's kind of the next phase of development. I'd probably put a fire pole along here. Clean the air wherever it's crap. Yeah, so some minor improvements. Look at this morale now, 28. Instead of, that's from the pepper bread, I think. Yeah, superb meal. That won't last forever because, well, there is sleet weed out there, and there's probably natural growing pepper red. I mean, pinch pepper nut. But he could put in a pinch pepper nut farm. But you can probably tell I don't like stinky air. Actually, that's keeping those puffs alive, so maybe I'll just let them eat that air. Yeah, so like I said, it was a good base to begin with. I just some minor improvements and should work even smoother. There's no hand washing for this compost, so let's get rid of that. Just use this one. We can actually put more compost in here now that we've moved the hatches. That way they'll wash their hands. Actually, you should have one sink per compost in case of 2 dupes going in. But I'll just do 1 and 2. Okay, they're grooming. They're grooming the hatches. Yay! And we should get, if you click on a hatch, you can see hatch, egg chance. Stone hatchling egg, 7%. But if you feed them sedimentary rock, it goes up. And then once you have stone hatches, they have a 64% chance, but if they eat more sedimentary rock, they'll be even more likely. And like I said, they eat igneous rock, so. And you could build a second or third ranch stable to really ramp up your coal production. So I'm going to wrap things up here, I think. We got some good improvements. This base is just doing just fine. Now that we got coal being produced, we got petroleum being produced, we got steel being produced. I would tie into this other water geyser at the top, because it's going to gush a bunch of water wherever it was. It was up here somewhere. Somewhere. I can't see it right now, but it's out there somewhere. I did show it to you guys. Yeah, I would tie into that and start using it. Okay, I kind of remember where it was now. It's invisible. I don't know. Anyway, I would tie into that, start using that water. This might become a disaster here. I might do something about this. I could maybe even do a shine bug farm. Get some solar panels onto them. I don't know. Anyway, so that's going to be the end of the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.